What's up, everybody? This is Johnny Basement, and we're back in the basement for the MLS Cup Championship preview. Basically, bigging up our New York Red Bulls. Our New York Red Bulls. Boom! Boom! Boom, boom, boom! Our New York Red Bulls, man, defeating the odds, crushing the odds, beating the odds, going against the grain. Number 7 seed, first team ever to make the MLS Cup Championship. The lowest seed previous to that was 4. Number 7? It's crazy, guys. Before we get into it, like, subscribe, hit the bell notice down below, and drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And by the way, shout out to Arsenal. You see Saka, you see Martinelli, Odegaard, they're back too. Arsenal's my team in the Premier League. Let's keep it moving, guys. Let's keep it moving there. It's not about Arsenal right now. This is about the MLS Cup Championship, the Red Bulls. Think about. This is just a total shout out. I'm pumped up for tomorrow moment. Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on Fox, nationally televised. It's still on Apple TV. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get it going. Let's just get there tomorrow at 4 o'clock. What odds this team has come back for. What fight. What resilience. Everybody said, oh, LA's going to smash them. LA. Hey, look. Columbus Crew. They were going to smash us, right, in the 3-game series. We beat them 1-0 and then came back. Think about the odds, guys. We knocked out the defending champions in the first round and beat them 2-0 to none. 2-0. NYCFC after that, who embarrassed us earlier in the year a couple of times, but 5-1 being the worst. Then we beat Orlando after that. When you think about the crazy ride that it took to get there, we won 2 or 3 games out of our last 20 coming in. We won more games in this playoffs than we have done the past 4 months, give or take. Past 3 to 4 months. We have won more in this playoffs, and they've all been on the road, and they've all been in 90 minutes. Is this crazy or what? Crazy. Now, when we beat Columbus Crew, shout out to Coronel. Our goalie has 19 saves this playoffs. 19 saves. The most key, and when this whole thing turned around, by the way, plus 3 clean sheets. Remember, we beat Columbus in the first game, 1-0. And then the next one, Coronel really set it off. 3 penalty shootout kicks in a row he saved. 3 in a row. They didn't go over the net. They didn't go wide of the net. It wasn't like a freaky little thing. There were 3 straight up saves, man. That catapulted this team. That went off the momentum. They weren't going to survive 3 weeks of downtime and not being able to play NYCFC, who has owned them. We've defied the odds the entire way through these playoffs. Is the LA Galaxy better? Yes. But Coronel is on fire right now. The dude is on fire. This team is pumped up. Forsberg, by the way, who was out for most of the summer, right? When he came back, emotional leadership does matter. Emotional leadership matters. Look at Forsberg. We got him from our sister team out of Bundesliga, right? We got him from our sister team over there. He's been incredible for us. MLS is growing. This has been an exciting playoff round. If you watched all the playoffs, you have seen one of the most exciting years ever. Ever. Inter Miami knocked out by number 8 Atlanta. Think about being an Inter Miami fan just for a moment. Your team goes up 1-0 on the 8th seeded team that made it at the midnight hour. And then Matt Guzan, our old U.S. National men's team goalie, was lights out after that. Beat him 2 in a row. That was the biggest. Before the Red Bulls knocked out Columbus, or after the Red Bulls knocked out Columbus, we had the biggest upset in the entire playoffs until number 8 Atlanta beat Inter Miami. I have to shout that out because we are pulling the odds, but that was incredible. But if you're an Inter Miami fan, to watch Atlanta go around the next week and lose to Orlando 1-0 after that emotional beatdown of Inter Miami is kind of crazy, is it not? They lost 1-0. 1-0. They lost. So if I'm an Inter Miami fan, I'm like, what? Really? Now, the MLS, people say, well, it's going to hurt the MLS not to have Messi in it. Well, you know what? The rest of the playoffs was extremely exciting. The West Coast side, the biggest upset was Minnesota beating Real Salt Lake City. Minnesota beating them was incredible. I mean, St. Clair, the goalie for Minnesota, was lights out in that series. Again, both games going to the shootouts. Both games going to penalty kicks. The Red Bulls have overall defied all the odds. All the odds. LA Galaxy stomped out Colorado. I think it was 15-4 in the two games, right? I believe the first game was 5-0, right? The second game was 4-1. 4-1. I'm sorry, my total there was combined with Minnesota. So it was 5-0 in game one. 5-0. 5-0. 4-1 in game two. Then they beat Minnesota 6-2. So, yeah, that's pretty much in those three games combined, 5 + 4 + 6. Yes, I graduated high school a long time ago. It's 15. 15-4. If you're including all the games, right? 15-3, something like that. Whatever. They were killing teams. And then Seattle Sounders came around and showed New York, this team's beatable. This team is beatable. If you watch that game, Seattle played a close game. They didn't get aggressive. They didn't get overly aggressive to not give, try to prevent the breakaways that LA has. And Puig is not playing, by the way, guys. That's huge. Puig is not playing. They still have Peck. They still have Paintsill. These guys, Galaxy, can run the map. They have 5 trophies, man. Can we get one? Can we get one? They have 5 trophies. They're fast, but Seattle slowed them down. But I think Seattle's only issue was they focused too much on slowing the LA Galaxy down, that they didn't get a good offensive game together to get a goal in, man, to get something in there. I think they paid great attention, much respected and due attention to LA's incredible offense, but I don't think they gave enough credit to getting an offensive scheme going themselves. And ultimately, when push comes to shove, the better team's going to get that goal. In any sport, when push comes to shove, the better team's going to find a way to win, and LA did. New York has been going on pure adrenaline. Pure adrenaline. Beating Columbus was one thing. NYCFC, that's been a nemesis to us all season long. All season long. And they won the freaking thing in 2021. They just came around in 2015, right? They just came around in 2015 and already won one. We've been around since the beginning in 96 and haven't won anything. This is our first appearance since 2008 when we lost. It's time to bring a ring here. And if you're a New York fan, LA just beat us in the World Series with my Yankees. See the blanket right there. My Yankees lost to the LA Dodgers, who was the better team. The Dodgers were the better team, period. So they won. LA Galaxy is the better team, but we're going to take it this time. We're going to take it. And I know if we don't, there's going to be a lot of comments from Galaxy fans on this video talking about it. Guys, this is all a matter of one game, not who's done what to get here, not who's done, who has the better team, not who has the better runners, not who has the better goalkeeper, who I think right now there's no one better than Coronel. Forsberg coming over was huge. Felipe Caballo is huge, man. Come on, Lewis Morgan, comeback player of the year. Sandro Schwarz, what a difference this guy made in his first year as our coach. First year as our coach, and he brings us all the way to promised land. Always had this team believing. How can you be so poor all year, or mid, that's today's word, right? How can you be so mid all season and then do this at the end? This has been a great year for me, for everybody that I've been going for. Yes, the Yankees made the World Series and lost to a better team, so people act as if, oh, well, I mean, what about your Yankees, man? They made the freaking World Series, man. What do you mean, what about them? They lost to a better team. There's no shame in that. It's weird, like when a team loses the finals or the championship or the World Series or whatever, that the second team is automatically treated as if they were the worst team in the league. Like, no, we finished second behind a better team, period. No excuses, and that's a different story for a different day. Joey Logano, my NASCAR driver, 3-time champion. People are complaining, well, he finished 17th during the season. He didn't really deserve to even be there, but he got in, and once you're in, it's all about winning. Once you're in, it's all about what you do when you're there. Not how you got there. When you get there, it's all about what you do. Now the Red Bulls have to show they made it there and that they belong there and that they belong amongst the elite. It doesn't matter how. I could sit here and name you in all the sports that I watch. Teams that shouldn't have made it, shouldn't have been. They made the thing at the midnight hour, and this team was so much better, or they laid down, or Puig is missing. That could be the excuse if LA loses. That's fine. You can give that excuse. They were missing. The Toronto Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors a few years ago because KD got hurt and Klay Thompson got hurt. So the Raptors got the ring. They're not apologizing to anybody. Injuries happen. They happen. I'd rather beat a full squad so we could say, hey, we beat their whole team. But you know what? They got so many other great players on that team that there really is an excuse just missing one, because he's not the entire team. He may be the Messi of the future. The guy's definitely great for the league. I love the young players coming into this league, and the MLS as a whole is growing. It's not known, or it's breaking away from the retirement league label that we've had for such a long time. The retirement league label is starting to go away. But when you watch the other leagues, yeah, you can still see they're better, but we're coming around. We're coming in strong. I love MLS, and I love the wide open games. This playoffs has been tremendous. I can't think of one boring playoff game. And, we get some. We get some boring games. I'm a huge baseball fan. There's some boring games I've seen. There's been some boring playoff games that I've seen. I haven't seen one boring game this season. Think about it. The number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 teams were all eliminated in the East. All eliminated. NYCFC beating Cincinnati was an upset. Number 6 beating number 3, right? We beat number 2 Columbus. Number 8 beat number 1. Number 8 beat number 1. That's unheard of. Seattle beating number 1 LAFC. I still believe the Galaxy were better than LAFC. Seattle's a tough team, man. Seattle's a really tough defensive team. They just don't know how to score. But anyway, that's a different story for a different day. What I'm saying right here, tomorrow, and by the way, guys, I will be live. I will be live at 4 p.m. tomorrow for this matchup. Join me in the chat. I have a lot of good community, a lot of good regulars in here. Let's get this thing going. Let's go Red Bulls. Rocco wants his TV time. For those that don't know, this is my basement mascot, Rocco. He loves being on the TV. He's a part of the live chats. Let's go MLS. Let's go in their growth. Let's go Red Bulls. Subscribe, like, drop your comments down below, and hit that bell notice. I'll see you guys right here in the basement, 4 p.m. tomorrow for the Red Bulls, taking it on, defeating the odds, and getting that Cup championship, the first one ever. I'm Johnny Basement, and this is Rocco, the basement mascot, and we are out.